Pebbles, and welcome to Just Look Up, a Positively Pebbles podcast. Life is not easy. It's challenging, it's frustrating, and can be downright disheartening. But it's also full of beautiful people, moments, and experiences. Need more of that? Well, just look up. All right, let's jump right into this week's Peb Talk. So the other day, I was taking my little Zola out for a walk, and every time I do, I always wonder how she sees the world as I'm pushing her in the stroller. When she was a baby and I first started taking her out, I remember making a post talking about not being ready to turn her around to face out and wanted to keep her facing me because when she looked at me, she was looking at someone who loved her and would be smiling at her. And I knew the world wouldn't always be like that for her. Well, this one day as we walked along, we passed a lot of people. Some gave a little half-hearted smile. Some were obviously going through it. Others were understandably in their own world and hurried past us. And every once in a while, there was a genuine smile. And toward the end of our walk, we were passing a woman who gave Zola and I one of the most beautiful, genuine smiles I've ever seen. It was a smile that you see all the way up to people's eyes. It was a smile that was comforting, full of joy, and made me feel hopeful my little Zola would encounter people who would smile just by her presence. I realized that there isn't always a reason to smile, and we don't owe anyone our smiles. I also still believe in the quote by Dolly Parton that I had in my high school yearbook. If you see someone without a smile, give them one of yours. Smiles are contagious, and you never know who might need one. And I don't know about you, but when I do smile, it just makes me feel good. That woman probably smiled and didn't think anything about it after that. But for me, I've seen her face in my mind many times since then. My hope is also that Zola sees her smile sometimes too. It's not always the case, but children deserve to see smiles and the best the world has to offer. We all do. So today, I just want to encourage you. If you see someone without a smile and you have an extra one in you, give them one of yours. You never know the impact of your smile. I know I'll never forget the woman who smiled at me and the baby while we were out for a little walk. Thank you for coming to my Peb Talk. Time for some good news. So Christoph Wagner is from Austin, Texas, and is making Halloween a little brighter for lots of kids. With costs rising for families, many parents have to make tough decisions to cut back, and Halloween costumes can often end up on the cut list. Well, Christoph is changing that. Several times a week, he digs through piles of clothes at thrift stores, looking for anything shiny, furry, or sparkly to become part of a costume. He then cleans, sews, glues, and transforms everything into a one-of-a-kind costume to be given to kids free of charge at his annual fall events. He's known by the locals as the fairy godfather of Halloween. He's been doing this for 9 years and spends thousands of his own money, even though he's 62 and still works full-time. He wants everyone, all of the kids, their parents, everyone to feel like they're getting the same thing that somebody went out and bought. He also says that the goal is to make people better than they were before the event. If there's somebody there to help you, then you're more than likely to turn around and help someone else. And to anyone who says it's just a Halloween costume, the fairy godfather of Halloween says everybody should deserve a chance to be a kid. And that's your good news. It's now time for Pebbles from the Past, where I share something from one of my old journals and see what I've learned, if anything, since then. Today's entry is from March 26th, 2004, and it is a really short one, and I curse here, so just be warned. Here's what I wrote. Loneliness is a bitch. It starts in your heart and radiates down your arms and legs and lands in the core of your soul. That was it. That was the entry. And I really wish I could remember the context and what was going on at the time. But then I thought, sometimes we just feel lonely, whether we're with other people or not, which makes it so important for us to make sure we have people around us who make us feel less lonely. Part of that solution has to do with the quality of those relationships. A lot of us have people around us, but because there's no true connection or authentic relationship, the loneliness remains. Some of us have convinced ourselves that we don't need connection and isolate from others. I've definitely been one of those people, and as an introvert, I definitely need my alone time to recharge. But having spent more time out recently with my cousins, with friends, even the all-day, all-night group chats, I'm realizing that connection with others is what makes us a part of a community, and that is what keeps us feeling alive. So yes, loneliness is a bitch, but hopefully when it comes around, you find ways to connect with others, even if it's just a call. Yes, pick up the phone and hear someone's voice. Or a coffee meetup with someone you haven't seen in a while, or a walk with a friend. Connection is the cure. Time for one last look up, and today I want to continue with the theme of connection and encourage and challenge you to make one with someone. I know many of us are introverts, are busy, or just don't feel like spending time with a lot of people lately. Believe me, I'm one of you. But as the days get colder and darker, it's easier for us to disconnect, and we have to be careful. In the spring of 2023, the Surgeon General declared loneliness an epidemic in the U.S. and a major public health risk for both individuals and society. For some, it's easier than others, but the best way is to start with the people you already know. Reach out to someone you haven't seen in a while. Meet up or just talk. They could be needing the connection as much as you do. Find events in your community that involve things you're interested in. Who knows, you could make a new friend. Do it in whatever way feels right for you. Just do it. Connection to others gives us support. It gives us happiness. It makes us a part of something bigger than ourselves. Thank you so much for spending this time with me and for tuning in to my new Positively Pebbles podcast, Just Look Up. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my weekly Sunday newsletter. All of the details are in the show notes. I'm Pebbles, and until next week, choose smiles, choose community, choose connection, and just look up.